Screen space is prime real estate, and I love the direction new phones have gone by making the screen the entire front of the phone. But front-facing cameras are a thing, so the trade-off being that notch at the top of the screen. Now, it's not exactly a big issue, and I get that it's necessary. In fact, the only reason I'm bringing it up in the first place is because of how small it is on the Vivo V11. It's not exactly a selling point, but it was the first thing I noticed, and it does make for a good first impression. One genuinely impressive feature, though, is that the fingerprint scanner is under the display itself, so you still get that quick ability to unlock it without the need for a dedicated home button, meaning that the entire front of the phone can be dedicated to the impressive AMOLED screen. Plus, with an excellent battery life and rapid charging, and very capable hardware, the V11 is a great option that isn't a budget model, but it is cheaper than the flagships. The U12 Life is the newest budget phone from HTC that's not a lesser version of the U12 Plus, because of course it isn't. The U12 Life offers a 2160x1080 screen resolution, 16 and 13 megapixel rear and front cameras, 4K video recording, 4 or 6 GB of RAM, and 64 or 128 GB of storage depending on the model. One nice little feature is that if you actually make plans in the calendar, the HTC Sense companion will inform you whether or not your battery will last long enough for that event without charging. Now, that's not a must-have feature, definite selling point, but it is certainly a useful feature, especially if you're 1, someone who requires setting reminders for their upcoming arrangements, and 2, never remembers to charge their damn phone. It also features the usual HTC features such as stereo speakers, although no boom sound on this one. Honestly, there's not much else to the U12 Life. It's fairly bare bones with a couple of interesting quality of life features, but then it is a budget phone. It does exactly what it needs to do. And finally, the Huawei Mate 20 Lite, the 20th model in the Mate line. Okay, that joke was awful, but I'm running out of ways to make fun of the name Huawei. Okay, here we go. We have a 2340x1080 display, an octa-core CPU, 6GB of RAM, 3750mAh battery with fast charging, dual SIM, and 64GB of storage with SD support. Oh, and a 3.5mm headphone jack, because apparently that is also a feature these days. Good stuff, all considered. But what you might have noticed is that I haven't yet mentioned the camera. Well, it's because the camera functionality is probably the main selling point of the Mate 20 thanks to the range of features and AI functionality. The AI essentially helps you to take better pictures by analysing objects in the shot and then offering advice accordingly on better methods of framing. It's an interesting feature and one that could certainly help anyone intending to improve their skills. No, okay, you're not going to be doing professional photography on this thing, but the fact that you can learn how to improve your composition on the fly gives you constant knowledge to learn and improve. That aside, both cameras, 20 and 24 megapixel respectively, have a 2 megapixel depth sensor. Essentially, the depth information can be used to enhance or reduce the background depending on what you want the focus to be. And that's only some of the camera functionality of the Mate 20 Lite, but it's certainly impressive enough that anyone in the market for a phone whose primary use is taking photos won't really do much better than this. If you're buying or selling, whether that be films, games, tech or phones, don't forget to check out the website at webuy.com.